So apparently Xbox is dead. A new IGN article came out today with the original Xbox founders saying it's no longer Xbox, it is Microsoft Gaming. And I can't even say that with a straight face. That is a terrible name. The next step in modern gaming. And what the original Xbox founders mean by this is that the original Xbox product and even the Xbox 360 era is officially dead. It is a completely different product now, a product of modern gaming with the suits and the corporations meddling in everything. And you know what the best comparison for this is? You compare the original Xbox and the Xbox 360 dashboards, which was super duper cool, and you compare them to now, they're just lifeless. And it's across the board. It's all modern gaming. I went after Sony earlier this week about Helldivers. I'm going to go after EA about their generative AI use, but today we're talking about Microsoft as it's been an absolute nightmare week. They've shut down studios. When confronted about it in an interview, the head of Xbox had no good answer. She floundered and gave a nothing answer. And then this IGN article came out with the original Xbox founders themselves saying it's no longer Xbox, it's Microsoft Gaming. And God, that is a terrible name. Now, Microsoft and kind of all corporations have this running history of making terrible business decisions without fully understanding the ramifications of those decisions. A perfect example is when the 343 devs pitched a Helldivers-like game. The suit said no, that would never be popular. In rolls Helldivers, and it's one of the most popular games of the year. It is one of the primary reasons why Bungie wanted to leave Microsoft, because the suits tried to control them too much. The latest bad decision they've made, and it's been massive news this week, is that Microsoft made the decision to close 4 major studios in the latest round of job cuts in the gaming sector. The creators of Dishonored, Prey, gone. The creators of Hi-Fi Rush, which only came out last year, have all lost their jobs. Now, the reason why this cuts so deep to many people who love Xbox, and Clobril tweeted this out, so I'm going to play it for you guys now, is that when Xbox has acquired things over 10 years ago, they themselves said they need to build up these studios and allow them to create the hits that they're known for making.
We acquired Lionhead in 2006, shut it down in 2016. A couple years later, we reflected back on that experience. What did we learn? How do we not repeat our same mistakes?
You acquire a studio for what they're great at now, and your job is to help them accelerate how they do what they do, not them accelerate what you do.
And then they go and do this, even with the VP of Xbox Game Studios saying Hi-Fi Rush was a breakout hit for us. Hi-Fi Rush had 3 million players and across the board received rave reviews. It was not enough to keep the studio open. Then you have Matt Booty, another corpo executive from Xbox, who says we need more small award-winning games, and then they cut the studio behind Hi-Fi Rush. It's a baffling decision. It's like there's no communication. Even yesterday, 343 dropped this brand new Halo Infinite trailer. Why? What was the purpose of this? There was no major update. It really felt like it went accidentally up on Steam, and then YouTubers like myself covered it, and they're like, shit, we better put it up now. This should have come out at 1, the Xbox Game Showcase, or 2, with the next major Infinite update. It feels like there's a lack of communication across the board, and it's been like that for a very long time. There's been so many questions recently. Are Xbox exclusives going to PlayStation? Why are all of these studios being shut? What is the future of Xbox hardware? If you haven't seen the latest sales numbers of Xbox versus PlayStation, it's a 1-to-3 ratio of Xbox to PlayStation consoles being sold. Many people have speculated that the next generation of Xbox consoles may be the last, and that is why it's no longer Xbox, it's Microsoft Games. Microsoft is transitioning into just creating games, but then they closed the studios. It doesn't make sense. They purchased Activision Blizzard King for $70 billion, and now they need to make that money back. But how are they going to make the money back if they're cutting the support studios that are going to be making the games? Now I understand, Redfall, terrible game, but before that they made Dishonored, and I love Dishonored. It's clear the developers didn't want to make a live service slop game like Redfall, and that's why it flopped. There was no passion in that project. It's really baffling. You take what Phil Spencer said in that clip I just showed you guys, saying we build up the studios for what they're good at and try assist them in making games, not forcing them to do what we want them to do. And yet in the case of Redfall, you have forced them to make a live service slop of a game that even the devs themselves said they did not want to make, and then you shut the studio when it doesn't perform well. It literally goes against what you guys said in 2021, and that is why people are pissed off. There's no consistency, there's so many questions without answers, and then you have Sarah Bond, who was asked about that today, and let me tell you, her answer said nothing. Literally nothing. It was a complete deflection.
Most upsetting both to Xbox gamers and to employees is that, one of the shuttered studios in particular just created a hit game, did really well on Game Pass in terms of engagement, and won a ton of awards. Shouldn't succeeding in that way ensure the future of a studio?
One of the things I really love about the games industry is it's a creative art form. And it means that the situation and what success is for each game and studio is also really unique. Like, there's no one size fits all to it for us.
What the hell is that?
The Xbox Game Showcase is next month, and if they don't give some answers before then, I wouldn't even be surprised if the people in the crowd boo them. How can you celebrate all the games the Microsoft Game Studios are making when there's thousands upon thousands of people losing their jobs almost monthly? I didn't even mention the other corpo executives who said spare a thought for Phil Spencer's feelings. He's probably not feeling good about this. And listen, I'm gonna say this once. If you are making $10 million a year and you can't put up with some criticism, especially when it's rightfully justified, you shouldn't be in the job. People have legitimate concerns about the future of the Xbox brand, both in terms of games, hardware, and overall vision, and if you can't give the consumers answers for that, then you shouldn't be in business. And that's all I'm going to say about it. What I want Xbox and Microsoft to do is to literally have a Q&A and answer every single question the broader gaming scene has for Xbox. What's happening with the PlayStation exclusive games? What is happening with the future of the consoles? What is their overall plan for the studios they have acquired, as just firing studios left and right cannot be good for business. So that's it. That's all I had to say today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I feel sorry for the people who lost their jobs even though they've been working their asses off. The gaming industry at the moment is really bad, as even if you release a game that's very good, you can still lose your position, and that needs to change. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys later.